Dan and Corey here, welcoming you into Libservative.
The great fundamental issue now before our people. We, the people, cannot turn back.
Yeah, welcome in to another rousing rendition of Libservative, intellectual idiots fostering political and cultural literacy, and the world's smartest internet show. Bell the Body Snatcher on the ones and twos. He's on the screen now and he's frozen a little bit. We'll get rid of that.
He's just running on 6 frames per second, dude. Leave him alone.
He, as always, is Corey Walsh.
He's Dan Griffin.
And yeah, so we're now on. We have to start doing more than one show a week, Corey, when I get the studio set up, because in the week since we've done our last episode, we have seen Donald Trump end and restart the war twice, said that
more than that,
the war is over for the 38th and 39th time.
Oh, you're just
now.
The last week. Yes.
I'm dying to get off this boat. He needs to make a deal.
Bell was not on one of the 22 boats that they secretly brought through this strait.
Kaboo.
Because Bell was like, the Strait of Hormuz, more like gay of Hormuz. And they're like, all right, you're hanging out here, bud.
Yeah, you're not. This is Trump's America. You're not welcome anymore. What else we got tonight, Corey? We got a resurfacing of an epic Dan Bongino crash out that I just think is fucking hilarious. So we're hopefully going to get to that at some point. Doug Burgum stating that wind turbines
sound real.
What does it? The call?
Doug Burgum.
Oh yeah,
it sounds like a name like Gleg.
It's like it sounds like
Marf. Like if someone's name is Marf, like Jeff and Mark combined, it's Marf. This is Marf Wiggums.
It sounds like a Simpsons character.
Gleggery.
He says that wind turbines are a national security threat. I think I know why. He's saying they're a national security threat. And listen, I'm no defender of wind turbines, okay? Let me be very clear about that. What else do we have? We got Barry Weiss. Also, I have a new name for Barry Weiss, by the way. I'm officially calling her Zionist Goebbels. Because she is conducting a takeover of CNN, and yeah, so there's that, and we have a couple of huge primaries. Lindsey Graham winning his primary, and I have to ask the question: at what point is it okay to sort of do the Hillary Clinton thing and actually start blaming voters? Like, honest to God, she didn't do it out of any sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Out of any sort of principle. I'm looking for, like, is there a principled way that we can kind of start blaming voters for the fact that all we have is neocons in our government?
Well, I don't want to blame voters, but sometimes, how when they say there's a bit of truth to stereotypes,
South Carolina. What are you about to say about South Carolina? Go Cox.
South Carolina. It doesn't help. That's not helping their case, Dan. With Lindsey Graham being their senator. Go Cox!
I love them South Carolina Gamecocks. I also like real cocks.
I love them South Carolina cocks.
Y'all want to go Disney?
No, he didn't ask no one. He went by himself.
Nobody wanted to go with him.
But the stereotype of, like, the South, like, it's actually, I would call it not necessarily racist, but, like, I don't know, what would you use when you're just prejudiced? Like, what's the word you would use, not necessarily about someone based on their skin color, but like their ethnicity, their culture, when you're making fun of that just because of that? The stereotype. Yeah, I guess stereotypical. There we go. I was looking for another word. But the stereotype of Southern, the Southern redneck, the hillbilly, all of that stuff.
Lindsey Graham is none of those things. Other than the fact that he loves
No,
war.
but fucking people in the South Carolina voted for him, and then in Kentucky they voted for Ed Galrin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you had making yourself look good.
Meanwhile, you had Graham Plattner, who they tried to smear as like a Nazi because of I will say, a very a bad tattoo, a mistake of a tattoo, and also, you know, being what MAGA loved during Trump's campaign, which is like this sort of every man's man. The thing that the Democrats tried to make Tim Walz and were very unsuccessful at doing so.
Yeah, that was the prototype. Didn't do it. Was like SpaceX's first rocket.
Just a humble
it
knucklehead.
Tim Walz that just didn't go good.
But it is interesting what's happening inside of these two parties in such a short period of time. It is really interesting how I don't know that like establishment Democrats have figured this out, but this sort of populist left takeover seems to be getting some legs, dude. It really does.
All they're really realizing is, the purity tests are just self-deprecating. They're cannibalistic. It's just like, here you have this guy Graham Plattner with a checkered past who pales in comparison to damn near everybody in fucking Congress. Like Donald Trump is talking about Thomas Massey being married twice. Or Graham Plattner using when he first met his girl, like then they say it was like before they were even married. It might have been after they were married, but there was a period in their relationship of however long they've been together now, where this fucker was like sliding into chicks' DMs and saying shit like, "Hey, let me see that ass." I don't know. That's not verbatim. I just they said he was saying some shit, right? And this is like from like 10 years ago, and I think he's like our age, right? Isn't he like 39?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So it is.
He's going to go up
somewhere in
against
between
Susan
his
Collins.
20s. Somewhere in his 20s.
He's going to go up against
This guy
Susan
was
Collins in the general.
Slide into people's DMs after being a night out at the bar. And
we all did.
Right. And
Daddy, you're my daddy.
like that's like now all of a sudden there's this like, oh well, you know, this. The problem is you're seeing the Democratic Party in that type of little scenario having to deal with the same shit they dealt with Kamala Harris, trying to also distance herself from Biden, but also saying, hey, we did a great job. And now you can see them like really,
dude,
2020 Democrats, Dan, someone
they
had
insult us in an attempt to gaslight us, and we will not stand for it.
That's right, Madam Vice President.
Graham Plattner running in 2020. Wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have had no legs. Like as soon as that tattoo came out, that's it. But the establishment, like it's a fucking Nazi tattoo. He says he didn't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's just kind of like, we'll give him a pass. It's like Trudeau up in Canada doing fucking blackface more than once, and they're like, we'll give him a pass. But yeah, you know, he's getting this pass. And honestly, other than the Nazi tattoo, the texting shit when he was younger, I don't give a shit about. Like, it doesn't, like, the wife doesn't give a shit. That's the only one you should really care about. If she was like fucking writing books about how he like tried to rape her, like what happened with Trump, then it'd be like, oh yeah, no, this guy's a piece of shit. But his wife is like, no, it's cool. It's cool, guys.
Go Bills.
So you know what I mean? But it's pretty interesting, the whole Graham Plattner thing, and like I think you are seeing the Democratic Party, which is shitty for the LGBTQ community. Let's be honest.
No, so there's something missing though, right? So there's an advantage that I don't even know like what group to lump into this, but there is a slight advantage that Democrats are taking advantage of right now, which is that they're actually voting for these populist candidates. Meanwhile, you had Thomas Massey get $32 million put up against him by, you know, the Zion Nazis and the anybody who's trying to take out any sort of populist movement in the Republican Party, which, by the way, Trump was supposed to be.
And this is actually, it's funny. Dude, it mirrors the Democratic Party. This is what was happening to the Democratic Party 6, 8, 10 years ago. Remember the Bernie campaign?
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't pass their purity test, but the problem is the Republicans right now is their purity test is, are you loyal to Trump?
But what we have to find out about the Plattners,
The Democrats was Tumblr.
what we have to find out about the Plattners of the world and the Tallaricos of the world and the Abdul Al-Sayeds of the world is, are they Bernie or are they something different? Are they controlled opposition, like what Bernie turned out to be, like what AOC turned out to be?
I think Bernie just got old.
I
Let's
think
be
he's
honest.
controlled. Dude, he's controlled opposition. I know
I
that's
don't think
hard for
from
you
day
to admit.
one, though. I don't think from day one. I really don't.
Well, I hope not. He's been in Congress for 86 years.
I think it got to that point where but remember also, this is why I still give Bernie credit. Okay.
Oh God.
As
here
a
we go.
politician, it turned out he's shit. But that also coincided with his age. The shittiness, he got shittier as he got older. He's not as sharp. You think he gets a pass of being this young spry guy when both Biden and Bernie, who are the same age as him, or Biden and Trump, I mean, are the same age as him? We're like, oh, they clearly got dementia. You don't think that Bernie's somewhere near there? We're gonna call him cogent. We're all gonna call him cogent because he shows up and gives a recital because he can still read the teleprompter and the other guys can't. He gets a pass.
I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing it.
I'm right in the slot. but the reason why I still give him credit is because during his whole thing in 2016, where, let's be honest, no, actually, you said you were Biden. I mean, you were Obama or whatever, but he got me into politics. Bernie did. Look where that led me. I can't even talk straight.
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
But you understand what I'm saying? He was always like, no, it's not about me. It's about us. He's like, someone's like, what do we do? Like, I remember that video clear as day when someone's like, what do we do, Bernie? He goes, it's what do you do? And you run for office.
Oh, it's what do? You run for office and you take down the millionaires and billionaires and you push for Medicare for all.
Never mind the second half. He said you run for office. And when I first got into politics, I was like a democratic socialist. And then now, 10 years later, I grew up a little bit. And like through learning more, I went, ooh, I don't know if that's the best solution. Paper, it works. Could
I
work.
can tell you it's the best solution because I said it's the best solution, but I'm going to let the Democratic Party control me in every way imaginable from here until the day that I die or leave office.
My Bernie impression is getting better.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
All you really have to do is lower your voice. All you have to really do is lower your voice, use a little bit of a Northeast accent, and let your lips be really, really loose when you talk.
I'm not even going to try right now. I'm just not feeling it.
Anyway, I'm interested to see what happens in that general election, and I want to see, are these populist left folks running in the Democratic Party that are winning primaries, are they actually populists, or are they controlled opposition like Bernie and AOC? I'm going to say it again.
Yeah, I would say AOC is way more controlled. Like if she feels she fell into the fold fast. Bernie had to not be able to do a jump shot anymore for his brain went.
Hello. Yeah. I'm here for the gangbang.
Bernie Sanders gangbang?
Mm-hmm. You know it.
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
No billionaires and billionaires invited to the gangbang. It's not happening.
Not
allowed.
Someone's getting some kickbacks on some prescriptions at that party.
Anyway,
Congress gangbang sponsored by Viagra.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have
no, it's Hims. It's Hims now. Or Blue Chew.
We did kind of get away from the Lindsey Graham primary here. And here's the thing, dude. Lindsey Graham won by a lot. And on the one hand, I understand it because what do we know about them? I don't even fucking know. Does it matter?
Yeah.
I mean, does it really matter? I forget the guy's name. But on the one hand, I understand it because I just kind of know how politics works in this country, and that's kind of the thing that's disappointing me because I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a seed change happening. And every time I feel like there's a seed change happening, I get disappointed, which is why I'm not ready to like celebrate populist victories for the Democratic Party, even though I don't even like the Democratic Party. But like anything that would improve that by getting some more populists in there, okay, let's embrace that, I guess. But when you look at politics in this country, who votes in primaries? Corey, you know the answer to this question.
It's old people.
Old people vote in primaries. Are young people traditionally or typically conservative or liberal?
Conservative. I wouldn't
Liberal.
even consider it conservative.
Young people.
Oh, I thought you
young
said
people.
old people. My bad. Yeah, young people are liberal.
So here's what I'm getting at. It's a lot like the Thomas Massey situation, where you don't really have a whole lot, even in the most conservative areas. Most young people are still more on the liberal side. So you don't have a lot of young people getting out and voting in primaries, and B, you just don't have a lot of young conservatives, or at least not enough that go out that care to go out and vote in primaries. So am I surprised Lindsey Graham won?
Because young conservatives are typically like young conservatives and young libertarians, and they're all fucking weird.
Well, like a young conservative, we already saw it with the Thomas Massey primary. Every young person voted for Thomas Massey that voted in that primary.
Yeah.
I challenge you to go find anybody under the age of, I'll give him a little bit of credit, anybody under the age of 45 that voted for Ed Galrain in that primary. And so, all the old people, they see Lindsey Graham on Fox News every other day talking to Hannity. You got that video, by the way, Corey? Oh, you got, or Bell, you got it. Bell's got it. This is the shit that they see. This is the shit that they see every single day, and it's the only news they get. Go ahead and run this.
From under their nose that they don't even know about. Now, this is important. If we can break the straits, if we can break it open and actually force it open, they've lost all their leverage in Iran. If we can keep the economic pressure on, and Bessett's been great on this, we'll break them even further. We should unleash Israel, and we should use military force ourselves if they don't sign a deal right now. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. If you told Hitler the people are suffering, he would not care. These people in charge are more tied to their ideology and their agenda than they are the suffering of the Iranian people. These are pretty hard people to deal with. It's not that you can't get a deal, but clearly what we're doing hasn't led to a deal yet. I hope to from under that.
So what you just saw there is what boomers see all the time. It's the only thing they see. This idea, Lindsey Graham sitting here talking about if we could just break open the Strait of Hormuz. There are boomers that think that that's just possible. We can just go do that. The United States Navy can just break through the Strait of Hormuz. Why are we doing that? Why are we breaking through the Strait of Hormuz? And then everything that he said there about like Hitler and how the Iranian people are just horrible savages. The interesting thing is that every accusation is a confession. When Lindsey Graham speaks, he literally could have been talking about Israel just then, but he wasn't. He was talking about Iran. And that's what old people see. They think that Iran is like this third world country that's been blown to smithereens, and we can just bust through the Strait of Hormuz tomorrow if we want to. Why isn't the president doing that? I don't understand. What's going on? What are we waiting for? And that's what old people vote for. And that's why they need to go away.
That's wild, dude.
I said it.
So
fucking white people.
Is there be an age limit on voting?
I said that a long time ago. Like, if there is a minimum limit, if you can't vote till you're 18, which I'm all supportive of, I don't want 16-year-olds voting. Trust me. In fact,
I don't know, man. I know some 16-year-olds who are way more fucking smarter and would be a way more educated vote at 16 than there is at people I know who vote at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
Sure, but let me say this and then I'll Bell, I'll let you jump in. Brain's not fully developed. They're generally ultra liberal, and then you grow up and you kind of even out a little bit, right? So I don't even really like 25-year-olds voting, to be honest.
Okay. So an 80-year-old, the brain's not fully developed because it's degenerating.
That's what I'm getting at.
They lean really conservative.
That's what I'm getting at. If their character
arc is already over.
You let me. If you have that as I just said, on the more sort of liberal socialist side for young people, you're exactly right, Corey. You have it on the conservative side for old people. There should be an age limit for voting. When you retire, if you are not working a job after, if you're collecting Social Security, you're not voting. And then Social Security would be gone. Like
your
we all
civic
want.
duty is done. Here's your payout.
Exactly. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Go enjoy your
Go
fucking $6 million house that's appreciated in value 700 fucking times and leave us fucking
Right.
alone.
The house you bought for $100K in 19, or even like $30K in 1960. That's not worth $3 million. And you won't sell it for 2.8.
What do you got, Bill?
All right. So in Michigan, they just introduced a bill that would require people 75 or older to take a vision test, a written test, and a driving test every 4 years to get their license renewed. After they turn 85, it would be required every single year. If you're on board with something like that, I would be on board with something like that to require them to vote.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like an aptitude, like some sort of aptitude test, or it's just something like that.
But it would have to be an aptitude test for everybody.
That's fine.
But then now you're getting into like poll tax shit, and like it's you're that's kind of regressive.
You're discriminating based on age.
And I don't listen to women yelling. I tell them to shut up.
Make everyone take it.
You're not giving everyone a vote, but technically we're a constitutional republic. We're not just a straight democracy. I don't know, but when it comes to the young age, it depends on the state. But like in Michigan, you can get a job and pay taxes at 14. If you're paying taxes, you should get a vote.
All senior citizens should have life alert.
And that even goes for prisoners, because prisoners make money while they're in prison. And they're paying taxes on that money.
Let them prisoners vote.
Hey, if you're paying taxes, you should get the right to vote. I don't care who you are, really.
Take. That's actually not a hot take at all. It's like when people are like, it's like the opposite of like when people are, how people always say, if you didn't vote, you don't have the right to complain about the government. I'm like, bitch, I pay taxes.
Yeah.
I have a right to complain even if I didn't vote. Fuck yourself.
If you pay taxes, you have the right to complain. And I honestly, like
when they steal my money, when the government steals my money, I have the right to bitch about that.
Yeah.
Go fuck
yourself. We literally started a war over taxation with that representation.
Yeah.
And you got a ton of people out there getting paid money, and money is being, and they're getting the remains of their money after the government fucking ramsacked the joint.
What do you think about this Carmelo Anthony case, Corey? It's funny. Corey texted me prior to the show. I was like, you want to talk about this? And I was like, not really, because I've just completely checked out on anything like any like racial bullshit. Like I'm so over it.
Well, oh no, it's racial bullshit. There is some actual
No. I'm talking about
the rage baiting stuff using
right.
Fruit.
The rage baiting, the racial rage baiting bullshit, I guess is what I should have said. Because that's essentially what we're getting out of this. And I have a hot take. I think supporting Carmelo Anthony and supporting Israel are the same thing.
Or supporting because it was it was Austin Metcalf, I think the kid who was killed's name was.
Yeah,
Bell's giving me a thumbs up. I got that right. I'm getting better with names.
He's got it in front of him.
But yeah, like I guess supporting Israel, I guess what you're saying is the same, because you're just blindly supporting one thing just because of what their imagery is.
Yeah, you go
and then the exact response is like Palestine and I guess Dylan Chauvin or whatever that fuck twat's name was.
Derek Chauvin. Just some like typical white dude name.
But I get your correlation. I don't even think about it that deep. It was a really shitty situation. that happened between someone who happened to be black and someone who happened to be white, and what it looks like, it's like the most objective way. Like, sorry if it just sounds brash, but two fucking idiots running into each other. I guess the kid was like telling, like, I guess they got in a fight beforehand or something, and then the kid showed up in their tent from a different school, and they started shoving, and the white kid told the black kid to get out of there, and he didn't leave, and the white kid puts him in a headlock, and he stabs him, and it kills him. And it just sounds like two young dumbass kids who were the biggest dumbasses on the block, and they ran into each other. Like, I don't know. It all sounds kind of dumb. Like,
there's a little more to that. He was that boy was suspended from school, from attending a school function at all.
Oh, Karmelo was?
Yeah. So not only did he show up to a school event, he showed up with a weapon to a school event, which in Texas I think is legal. Which is
I'm shocked.
The issue, but yeah.
Come on now, you expect me to believe that?
But yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, no, I just
tragedy.
I keep seeing everyone trying to degrade it to race. And someone brought up a really good point to me, though. They talked about how like parents who've killed their own kids got less strict cases than he did. And I didn't really look into it, but it's like, and that could be true, but where were those cases at, and in what district? What was the judge? Like, there's a lot of context to like that statement, because that statement could be true, but where did that happen?
Okay,
that happened.
We have all
in like New
just
York
participated in a hate crime.
It's Texas loves the fucking death penalty type shit. Like, they're like, this, don't mess with Texas, you know. Big X the Plus sings a whole fucking song about it. but yeah, no, and like what I find interesting is like people have their opinions, and it's like I get it. If it was my kid that got stabbed and killed, I'd want the other person put on the wall for a like a firing squad. If it was my kid who did the killing, then it'd be like, oh, but it was self-defense.
Why is it so difficult to just treat it like a murder trial, right?
That's just it's what it is. Yeah,
the whole thing.
He was trespassing and he killed someone.
Yeah, and so what was done with that, right? Regardless of like whether you think he was justified in killing that kid or not, what we are told to believe is like is go ahead and have your race war. Any chance that anyone with any power has a chance to convince you that we need to have a race war, they take complete advantage of it. How many times have you seen the video of that black woman that was hysterical after the verdict was read, talking about, I've got 5 boys. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell them. And like, my immediate reaction is like, it's pretty simple. Like, you should probably just like tell your boys to not get in these confrontations and like definitely don't kill people. Like, it seems like a pretty simple thing to do, but that is shown to folks on the right so that they can go, wow, look at what a crazy hysterical bitch this lady is, right? And then it's shown to people on the left as like a matter of sympathy. Oh, like, oh my God, that poor woman. I know exactly where she's coming from. Meanwhile, it's just a wine mom in fucking Brighton, Michigan, who hasn't seen a black person in 4 weeks, and that was only because she went to a Tigers game. Going, I feel her pain. You don't, bitch. Fuck you. That's what this is all degraded into.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and it's shitty, right? It's shitty because these are ultimately all like lives. Like, that woman might actually like feel this type of fear, but like her saying that in that scenario is different from what she's saying versus how it's being used.
Correct. I agree. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Right. Like, she probably is scared. Like, because like that, like I feel like that video was probably after Philandro Castile was like killed in his car or something like that. Like, a completely legal weapon holder shot in cold blood in front of the police. Died an innocent man. There was absolutely nothing he did illegal. He told the cop. Remember that whole video?
I vaguely
remember
yeah,
Philandro Castile. Philandro Castile was a big one.
Yeah.
But or even but like when it first came out, before all the facts were laid out, when where was it? It was in I can't think of the name. But the one who was choked out by the police. Not George Floyd.
Yeah, everybody knows that one.
There was the young kid. Was it Michael Brown?
Falcon Heights, a suburb of, guess where?
Baltimore.
St. Paul, Minnesota, otherwise known as
the
Twin
Maybe
City
not
of
even that
Indiana.
one. There was one that was like outside of like Baltimore, I think.
Eric Garner.
And what city was that?
Eric Garner, I thought was New York.
Staten Island.
Yeah,
Staten Island. There was another one, but yeah, like there are cases where like it's clear this shit's popping off, and then you read the stats of like, oh, this is happening here, and this started with an illegal stop and frisk, like search, which is also wrong, and it puts people in these scenarios. But going back to what I think my original thought was, is
Corey's ADHD took over there for a minute.
It sucks to see race, and honestly, like I'm feeling a little bit of like reprieve, I guess, from this, because you're seeing, and like it's always go to the profiles that's saying this shit, like on Facebook, go to the profile and it's just like digital creator, they've been around for 3 years or 2 years, and then but the profile picture was changed for the first time in 3 years to something completely different, and they make outlandish statements like for the clickbait and the rage bait. And I'm seeing a lot of posts about this, like trying to stoke the racism, and I'm not seeing a lot of biters.
Both directions too, right? I mean, it's not just the right trying to make white people hate black people. It's the left trying to make black people hate white people too.
Yeah,
it's just like this. It's why I've checked out on this shit. Like I get it's a terrible, tragic situation. But I just like I can't watch another week-long Twitter battle of a bunch of rage bait, clickbait assholes argue over whether or not a cop was justified killing a black man, or whether or not a black man was justified in killing a white man, or whatever the scenario is. I'm so checked out on all of it. It's just I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore.
Fucking white people.
That's right.
But yeah, no, ultimately, like, I don't want to see us all get to, like, what a great distraction from a genocide in Gaza, from a war in Iran, from inflation, from our economy being in, like, on pickups, like, on fucking stilts that are being held together by fucking rubber bands. From gas, from
Corey, are you ready?
Time for a little drinky poo.
Time for a little drinky poo. I'm drinking the champagne of beers right now.
Got some
what a distraction than another hot racial thing. And I'm not trying, when it's like, like we just say things like that, right? Because we're just kind of just observers of this whole society. I'm not trying to just downplay the loss of essentially 2 lives of high school students by just saying, by calling it that, right? But a distraction. But like the situation itself is sad, but then like what you see being gulped up by society is more sad. Of how it's just it's proselytized and commercialized and
instant reaction. There's a reason
people are out there just raking in dollars on making just rage bait posts about this exact
right
thing.
right and it's the instant reaction, like it's like sports commentators jumping on a show after the Super Bowl, right? There's a reason you and I don't do that shit, at least for the most part. Like we might do it for stuff like elections and whatnot, that kind of stuff. That's fun stuff, right? But like everything is an instant reaction. I mean, look no further than like Trump saying that there's a deal going on in Iran, and Jack Posobiec has a tweet 30 seconds after like the announcement's made. You know what I mean? It's just, and he's done it 39 times now. What a 5D chess. Look at what this guy's doing. And it's just, you have it with that. You have it with, I mean, you have it with war. You have it with any of these killings as they start to go viral. And nobody fucking knows what the facts on the ground are yet. It's like, I saw the video. As if that's enough in 2026. Is that really enough?
It's not enough because everyone watches the video and draws the exact opposite conclusion. Look at the
What's
Alex
the
Peretti
context?
shooting.
No, you know what question, Corey? You know what question you hear asked all the time? What happened before the video started? Like, no, that's actually a legitimate question. What did happen before the video started?
But like clear cut things, even still, like Alex Peretti, Breonna Taylor, Philandro Castile. Oh fuck. What's the white boy's name? He was in the hallway crawling, and the cops kept all giving him different. Hey, Bell. Yeah, Bell might know this one. I don't know if his screen is frozen or if he can't hear me.
I mean, he is floating in the middle of the Strait of Hormuz right now. So
he doesn't have the greatest service.
His connection's a little bit rough.
You're talking about. Find out who you're talking about.
Here comes his screen's blank. The Iranians took out his camera. Sent a drone to crash into his camera.
But it was like Michael Ward, maybe. I don't know. But
so
he's in the hallway. What is it?
Dan Shaver.
Dan Shaver?
Shaver, I barely know her.
But yeah, like there's just a ton of them. That's all.
They all run together. I was saying in our text thread before we started the show. Like that's for some reason
and so no, they all like you could watch these videos, and depending on what your preconceived notions are, you can just justify either the shooting or the person like being murdered based on the same 8-second clip that everybody fucking watches. Like that is mind-boggling to me.
The old old racist white man who like after a black man commits a crime, he just goes typical. That kind of shit.
Fucking white people.
But then you get into the conversation where it's like, someone like rummaged through someone's car because they were like a drug addict, and then the cops chase him through an alley and then shoot him, and everyone's like,
in the back.
Play stupid games. And it's like, ooh, like I get rummaging through a car is illegal, but does that warrant a death sentence? Like, I don't know, guys. And everyone's like, oh, fucking liberal.
Especially if you're shot in the back. You know,
it's like you realize now he died an innocent man, and if he, God forbid, he survives, now millions of our tax dollars are going to prove his
dude. It's this idea. It's just like, dude, I thought we had a fucking justice system that you all supported,
right?
You know what I mean? It's just like, listen,
dude,
I'm no defender of the justice system.
I love telling people that, like Alex Peretti, George Floyd, Philandro Castile, all of them. Well, they died an innocent man. It was basically a petty crime, and they got a death sentence for it without being tried. And in an institution where you're innocent until proven guilty, they died innocent men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were guilty. Did you see the videos? Yeah. They weren't tried. They weren't tried in the court of law. They died an innocent men.
We talked a little bit post-show last week. It's a little bit of an aside, but it applies. We talked a little bit post-show last week about the Alec Murdaugh situation, which Corey wasn't too familiar with. But is that guy? Oh! Wow! Imagine South Carolina. I wonder if he knows Lindsey Graham. About there was like a Netflix documentary. There was like a whole actual dramatic series done on like he was an attorney. I'm gonna butcher the whole story, but he was an attorney that was basically about to get busted for like embezzling and stealing from his clients, and he was like this huge guy in his small South Carolina town. Everybody knew who he was. He had a lot of power. And in order to take the hotness off of himself, he murdered his wife and son. And there's like there's like cell phone pings, and like he was the only one on the property. They were out by their dog kennels, and it was just the three of them that were there, and they're dead. He's not. They were shot. Everybody knows he did it. We know he did it. I know he did it. But it turns out the county clerk decided to go to the jury during his trial and feed the jury information about Alex Murdaugh, that he's a piece of shit, he's guilty, you should convict him. That's against the law and grounds for a mistrial. And that is what happened. He's going to get a new trial. And even though we all know he's guilty, we all know he murdered his wife and son, he deserves another trial on principle and on legal standing.
Yeah.
It's like he's I would guess he's going to get convicted again. But should he get another trial? Yes. Why should he get another trial? Even though we all know he's guilty. Because what if a similar situation happens to you and you're innocent and a county clerk goes, this guy's guilty. This guy's guilty to the jury, and you get convicted even though you're innocent.
Because the county clerk would just happen to like you slept with his wife.
Right. We protect people like Alex Murdaugh in the legal system to protect you if you are ever in a similar situation. And this is what people often don't understand because they're all in their feelings about their morals and shit. Like, I agree. He's guilty. I know he's guilty. You know he's guilty. He deserves another trial, and he'll probably get convicted again. That's why we do these things. Anyway, it was a little bit of an aside, but it kind of applies. What else we got, Corey? Unless you had any closing remarks about the Carmelo Anthony incident. Nope. Good.
It's shitty, you know. It's like, it's shitty. It's shitty that two young kids died over some bullshit because they're just being dumbasses.
Well, one survived, but he's going away for 30 years.
Well, his life is ruined too. Yeah.
Anyway,
you think at 46 he's be able to pick up where he left off?
Well, I mean, he might be in a decent spot after AI takes over. Like, at least he's going to get 3 squares a day. Actually, that's a good segue into Bell. You got that Doug Burgum video? I think this was earlier today, was it not? So Doug Burgum, in a little, you know how Trump does that? Does every president do this? Like, I don't want to just shit on Trump because I genuinely don't remember. We just see Trump in the Oval Office so much. Does every president, when they do these little Oval Office media things, have like all of their sycophants standing behind them? Is that a thing?
I feel like Obama had a couple or quite a few things where he had people standing behind him.
I'm genuinely.
Like Biden sure as shit didn't. And
well, it's because he was not ever doing anything like this.
That would be a span of 16 years, roughly. You know,
I don't know.
18
Either
way,
Trump's got his whores all standing behind him, as he does so often in these, little Oval Office addresses to the media. And he has Doug Burgum come in to talk about wind turbines. Yeah, he actually did just fart in the chair there.
That's why he's leaning sideways.
Yeah, gotta let one go. He just unloaded all over Doug Burgum's crotch.
Oh, gross!
So he has Doug Burgum come in to discuss wind turbines and about how they are a national security threat. I want to be very clear before Bell plays this video. I am no fan of wind turbines, not because I have an issue with them in principle or anything, but it's because they've been politicized and they're a neat technology to continue to build R&D on, but we know they don't work, and we know they're actually causing more ecological damage than energy that they're providing, right?
It's just, what kind of country do we fucking live in where energy in general is politicized? Like, I feel like the most robust, healthy energy grid you would have would be like nuclear. Maybe a little bit of coal, you know, just because it's so cheap. Natural gas. Like you obviously you don't want the shit that's gonna make it to where you and I it's harder for us to breathe. I'm all for like making it easier to breathe. Like I feel like that shouldn't be a controversial statement.
Clean air, we like it. Anyway,
but then like windmills, dams, solar panels, you know, like there's so many different things you could do, but why is it like I'll tell you why, it's lobbyists, but it's like why is it just all in on one or the other? And so now we have all these half-cocked fucking pet projects. I'm like oh, coal and oil, well, coal and oil is good, yeah, but when's the last time an actual refinery has been built? Because everyone keeps politicizing energy in this country. What, the 70s or 80s? Same with
which is of course contributing to why the war in Iran is making gas so expensive.
And then oh well, nuclear power. Okay, when was the last time a nuclear power plant was built because of all the politics? 70s, 80s?
Even though it is the best, cleanest energy we can
It really is
right now. Yeah,
it absolutely is. And then now there's a little boondoggle with solar panels and windmills, but now everyone's realizing, oh yeah, we can produce power with this stuff for free all the time, but it's inconsistent. We have nowhere to store it, so they kind of put the cart in front of the horse with those ones. So you're probably going to see those fucking fall to the wayside, especially because all the subsidies for it have been stopped. So it's like you just have this fucking flea market of a fucking uncompleted project after project after project for our fucking
it's
energy.
not wind we know is not actually clean. The blades don't last very long. They go into landfills. The amount of concrete and petrol that you petrol am I British now? And oil that you have to and all the oil and gas that you have to use to put the concrete in the ground to put a fucking 6-mile tube in the air. Like it's just like those wind turbines don't actually take away the carbon footprint that they produce
Right, yeah, like
building and taking.
Right. Well, yeah, like the upkeep and the maintenance and stuff on it and stuff like that. It's all like I don't want to call it a wash, but it's like I wonder how much money we're actually saving. But
Doug Burgum,
it is making the air cleaner.
Sure,
I mean, they're not making the air cleaner, but like, you know, like 100 windmills, if you like, it produces on a windy day, what? There's
I don't
days
know.
where
It's not enough.
But like it competes like at their highest output. If the windmill, like the acreage is high and like, you know, big enough, it can compete with like a coal power plant at its peak. The problem is it's not consistent to where, yeah, in 15 minutes, we got the same amount of power that a coal plant put out for that whole 15 minutes 3 times. You know what I mean? So where it's like,
but Doug Burgum, Corey, wants to take it one step further. Go ahead and roll the video, Bill.
Everyone's in their house. The lights are just going.
Well, I want to say, first of all, absolutely positively, the construction of these wind towers have an effect on fisheries. We've had multiple roundtables between
NOAA. I'm gonna need you to fact check this stuff as he's saying it.
Which
it's all
manages
true.
All of the offshore leasing.
This part is.
So plenty of evidence that destroys fishery. Number 2 is marine mammals, which Howard has in NOAA. It's affected. We've had more whales wash up on shore during the construction of these offshore things. So it's not great for marine life, not great for fisheries. We also have the report from Secretary Pete Hegseth, which conclusively this is a national security threat, and we should understand this was thrown out by the Democrats and said no, it's not. It can't be a national security. They're just making it up. Other countries, including Sweden, have canceled offshore wind projects because of national security issues. And all you have to do is pay attention to the way the wars are being fought today. It's autonomous on autonomous, a lot of it low altitude. These wind towers that President Trump has worked to try to stop. The towers themselves can be 600 feet. The blades are 250 on top of that. You could launch an attack on the U.S. in the Northeast in our most populous area with a bunch of autonomous drones coming through a wind tower field, which cover thousands, if not tens of thousands of miles. That level of attack would be undetectable until it came through because the radar interference. And then we know that there's autonomous undersea activity going on now. That's happening in the Gulf with advances in technology on all sides. The the sonar, the vibration of running the wind towers affects the undersea sonar. So it's a huge national security threat, bad for marine mammals, bad for fish. President Trump is going to keep fighting for what's right for this country.
Okay, so Doug Burgum, it's not just an ecological issue, which he's right about a lot of those things he said at the beginning. It's affecting fisheries. We know it's affecting the whales, right? Then it's what matters. It's a national security threat.
How much do we have to protect the whales, Dan? We're already not hunting them. Gum hasn't been the same since.
I mean, but
you
have to ask the
let me tell you, the glow from some whale blubber and a lantern is the most romantic thing you could possibly have.
Gross.
Why would Doug Burgum all of a sudden be coming out and saying that wind turbines are a national security threat? Because the drones might get through. I find it really interesting that it coincides with data centers. Now, maybe they have nothing to do with each other. Maybe Doug Burgum's right. Maybe this is a real problem. But hey, Doug, why are you telling the enemies what to do? You remember how we always used to have these conversations about like the way they used to talk about the war in Iraq? They would just like literally say all of our weaknesses and just be like, look at all the terrible things they could do to us if they wanted to. But the point is this. I just find it really interesting that it coincides with data centers. Data centers aren't a national security threat. They're not going to run the entire western half of the United States dry. We have to be scared of wind turbines now so that we can get the data centers built. Is kind of what this seems like.
Why can't we build wind farms not by the water?
We can. But there's a lot of wind by the water, Bell.
Yeah, Bell.
What if they send drones from space? I don't know, like fucking.
There's a tunnel joke in there somewhere.
It's bad. It's bad. I'm glad Doug Burgum didn't win that primary. President Doug Burgum. President
Gregory Plopkins.
Yeah, go to church. Find Jesus.
Thank you, Lauren Boebert. You got anything to add, Corey? I think that's what this is. I think this is a really ham-fisted, terrible attempt at distracting people from the dangers of AI data centers. And it's going to work on boomers.
Well, Dad, I mean, we're not talking about the best marketing team. Well, it works on like, what is it? What's Trump at right now? Like 36 to 37% approval. It works on the lower half of the bell curve for regular cognitive thinking on the average American. That things like this,
Everything's computer.
Yeah, this works on them. And the flip-flop of Iran's nuclear capabilities is completely destroyed, and they need to promise they're not going to build nukes, and we need to go in and get the nukes, and then their nuclear capabilities and their nukes are completely destroyed. Like that's
all the uranium. We need all the uranium.
And isn't it also well, right, because like for nuclear weapons you use either uranium or plutonium. We've talked about this on the show. It's been like a year, and like I'm trying to remember it all, right?
You don't have to remember it. Let me just point people towards Scott Horton because he explains it very, very, very well.
But there's uranium and there's plutonium. And plutonium is the one you can put in like intercontinental missiles. It's the one you can use for like torpedoes, missiles, all that stuff. And then the uranium is the really heavy big one that you need a lot of. And that's what they used for Nagasaki and Hiroshima, because they were just bombs, just this big bulky thing. The plutonium is what you need to put on missile heads. And all this shit, but uranium is also what you use for actual like power at a power plant, like a nuclear power plant. and it was only uranium that Iran was producing. Am I off base on this?
I think you're mostly right. Again, I direct people to Scott Horton.
Yeah, right. So like the nuclear threat that they even had just didn't fucking exist. Just didn't exist.
I don't know. Jimmy Dore said they have nukes and they're not telling anybody now.
Iran does.
Yeah. Yeah. In between drinking Candace Owens bathwater. I don't want to shit on Jimmy. I like Jimmy. But he is a little easy to make fun of sometimes. We love you, Jimmy. We'd be happy to have you on the show. He just talked to Tucker Carlson.
I'd be fucking happy to go on his show.
That's true too. That'd actually be a blast, especially if Kurt was there.
God, that'd be so much.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, I would try to like, oh, you didn't know Kurt Metzger before he could. Oh, you didn't know me.
Good luck. We haven't gotten to the 38th and 39th times in which the war has been ended and then restarted. So we're now in phase 3 of Glenn Greenwald's Groundhog Day doom loop. Number 1 is we won the war. Number 2 is the Iranians are begging to end the war. Number 3 is Trump tells Axios and Barack Ravid to report that a deal is imminent. Number 4 is bomb them again. And number 5 is just go back to number 1.
Number 4 is Iran says what deal? Number 5 is bomb them.
That's right. Glenn's slipping. He needs to add a 6th one to this. We're at Axios and Barack Ravid reporting that a deal is imminent. And then Netanyahu will bomb southern Lebanon again, and off we go for the 40th time and the 41st time. And it's interesting because the supposed deal is supposed to be signed in Europe. Trump says maybe as early as this weekend, but he also says he can't be there. Why can't he be there? Because there's a big UFC fight on the White House lawn. That's why Trump can't be there to get this deal signed. We're ending a war. We're ending the most unpopular war in American history from Jump Street. But Trump can't be there to sign. But he's going to send J.D. Vance, who's basically just going to get on the phone with Donald Trump every 25 minutes and possibly Bibi Netanyahu, because I don't think
harass him while he's at the UFC fight.
Yeah, I could just see Trump just pissed. I'm trying to watch these guys beat the piss out of each other. What the fuck do you want?
What? American patriotism, year 250, where you can enjoy and be a part of the patriotism with a subscription.
Yeah, we got to get that Paramount
Plus.
Oh, man. I mean, are we just at, I'll believe it when I see it? I think I've been there for a while.
What would Biden's 250th have been? Him just out in the front yard with his
my 67 Corvette.
He has a car show on the front lawn, but it's just his car.
With a bunch of ice cream for the kids.
67 Corvette.
He's just walking around sniffing people.
He's just walking around saying,
"Who do you love most in the whole world?"
I forgot about that one. He's just sniffing
67
people.
Corvette.
Like he can't see anymore, so he's just like there's just like a dude with long
if
hair.
you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
He's just saying that to fucking Ficuses in the hallway.
He doesn't realize that the dude with long hair is a dude, so he just goes over and sniffs him a little bit.
And then he says,
"Who do you love most?"
Is that herbal essences? It's good stuff. It's the best stuff.
Peekaboo. Seriously overweight.
Seriously underweight.
Boy, I hope he's qualified.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Oh, anyway, it's funny because we were going to talk about that a little bit, but then it's like, what is there to talk about? Because literally the only thing to talk about now is if the war actually does end or if a nuke gets dropped somewhere. I don't need to hear Trump for the 40th, 41st, 42nd, 48th, 139th time that the war is coming to an end. A deal is imminent. Axios has been nothing but a mouthpiece for this administration. Barack Ravid, basically all he does is just like waits for Trump to tell him that he can say that a deal is imminent. And that's where we are. It's comical and terrifying at the same time. And we haven't even felt most of the repercussions yet.
You've done a hell of a lousy job.
Mm-hmm. You better get it done soon, though, man. The midterms are coming up, and you have the Graham Plattners of the world winning primaries. And I don't know that he's going to beat Susan Collins in Maine, but I'm definitely not going to count him out.
I'm not either. I'm not counting him out. I think he might win it.
I'm not gonna. It'll probably be really tight. It could probably go either way. Maine is not exactly California, so.
Whoa. Tight and either way, huh?
Peekaboo.
Not your best work, Corey.
That wasn't my best work.
You're fired. Get out of here.
Only because we don't have any Lindsey Graham drops. So I was like,
I don't know how we don't. Or I don't know how we don't have any Lindsey Graham drops. I don't know how we don't have any Mark Levin drops. We're going to change that soon.
Yeah.
When I get this.
Speaking of Mark Levin.
Wonderful studio setups. We can't. We did think about a new segment just called gratuitous Mark Levin rant. We are going to run that, I believe, to end the show. We're not quite there yet. We did miss one thing, Corey. One big story of today, and you sent this video to Bell. The fact that 199 Democrats and 19 Republicans voted down a 3-week extension of FISA. And Mike Johnson's really upset about it because the World Cup is going on right now. And we have to be able to spy on people while the World Cup is in the United States, or we're all going to die, apparently. This is one of the best things Democrats have done in my lifetime. I mean, I put it in the top 3.
Oh, shit. I shared it with Bell. I forgot I shared it with Bell. Here you go, Bell. Do your thing. Do your job. Sorry.
Go ahead, Bell. Throw it up there. You're not fired yet.
I think it's a very rude introduction.
One? It's not playing?
Oh, I didn't. I'm
Oh,
Corey's got it. God damn it.
Well, I don't know if the American people just saw what happened on the floor, but it is shameful and it is very, very dangerous.
So
Let me just tell
shameful.
you what's happened here. Today, we just offered a simple, clean 3-week extension of the FISA national security law. The Democrats, 199 of them, voted for purposes. And when the bill went down, they applauded. They applauded it. That record and that video is going to live in infamy. I pray that we do not have a serious calamity on our shores over the next few weeks. We have done everything we possibly can. House Republicans.
I don't always flag,
are trying
but
to
when I
govern. We're
do,
trying to
it's
keep
false.
the American people safe. On April 29th, we passed a 3-year extension of the FISA national security law. It has been sitting over in the Senate, and because the Democrats in the Senate are playing political games as well, they're unable to pass it. So we did everything within our power to try to ensure that this statute does not expire, and the Democrats are using it as a political hostage. Now, this is their custom in the 119th Congress. This is what Democrats do right now. You will remember that earlier this year, they took the Department of Homeland Security, 2 of its most important agencies, and turned those into hostages. They shut down the government. They shut down TSA agents and border security and cybersecurity capabilities and the Coast Guard. Why? Because they were insistent that we no longer secure the national border. They wanted to give $0 to that. And they were insistent that we do not continue to remove criminal, illegal aliens from American communities to keep the American people safe. That is what the current Democrat Party stands for in Washington. They are willing to jeopardize the safety and the security of the American people to make a cheap political point. Now, Hakeem Jeffries is a Democrat leader in the House. They put out a statement this morning saying that what is their reason? What is their excuse for this? Their excuse is that they're upset about a very temporary appointment that the President of the United States has already said would be very temporary in nature while he searches for and selects a new director of national intelligence. That is an important process that takes some time and thought and deliberation, and the president of the United States has the right, the ability, the responsibility, the duty to do that well. He has a lot going on right now, as we all know, and the president is deliberate about that. I spoke with him less than an hour ago about it. He is very close to a decision, and the Democrats know that, but they see this as a political moment that they can somehow score political points. It is detestable. It is dangerous. It is going to jeopardize the safety and security of the American people. We all know what's going on around the country right now. We're hosting the World Cup, FIFA. We have big soccer matches all around the country, 11 cities around America. We have the America 250, Freedom 250 events going on here in the Capitol and all around the country. There are large sporting events, local communities. Those things are in jeopardy right now because the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act is exactly what the name implies. It is how we monitor terrorists who are plotting and planning dangerous events in the country, in our homeland. The reason we have not had a mass casualty event like 9/11 since that great tragedy is because we have.
I was so zoned out. I don't
just
care about
voted it
else.
down.
Nope. He's got to go away. He's got to go away. I can't listen to any more of that bullshit because all I heard was, first of all, I zoned out after about the first 20 seconds. All I heard was, we want to continue to spy on U.S. citizens. That's the only thing that I heard him say in that entire little diatribe where he's all big mad and it's so dangerous and Democrats are trying to kill people. Fuck you. Just go fuck yourself. Go away. We all hate you. Nobody likes you. You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
Four-eyed nerd.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah, fucking crying to the American people why Congress won't let the government spy on you.
Well, and here's the thing. He talked about like the World Cup's here. We got 250 celebrations, all this shit. Imagine what could possibly happen. You know what that makes me think, Mike Johnson? That makes me think if something does happen in these 3 weeks, because eventually this thing's going to get put back in. I would be surprised if it doesn't. If something does happen within these next 3 weeks, A, it was being planned already. So you should have known about it under FISA. And B, if you quote unquote didn't know about it, it's going to be real hard to convince me and a lot of other Americans that it wasn't a false flag. Go fuck yourself, asshole.
Yeah. FISA is bad.
FISA bad, okay.
So for people who don't know,
you can just shut up, baby, because you hate America and you love abortion.
What section 702, which is the part that they were voting no on, what it does is it targets like foreigners overseas and like because they think they're a spy. But the problem is Americans can have their communications collected incidentally if they communicate with this person not knowing they're being looked at by the government. So say you have family, friends, a fucking teleoperator in some like developing country who may on outside of what you're doing be some fucking radical idealist who said some things about America that the current government doesn't like, and so they tap into them and then they see that they were talking to you and then they can tap into your shit through a loophole through this. It's like an informant. And a simple email, but they could, and the FBI itself has definitely overstepped its bounds in using this into like looking into like American citizens without warrants. Without warrants, that the government can just start spying on your shit because you had some weird contact unbeknownst to you through someone who might know a terrorist in a foreign country. So,
well,
and then the other part, he fucking like just straight up lying. Like again, if you listen to this show at all, you know that we have no love for the Democratic Party at all. Just like we have no love for the Republican Party. And
Bell did update us in the chat about, I don't know, 6 minutes ago that Iran has not confirmed a deal. And then an Iranian official told CNN that they have absolutely not agreed to a deal. Are we surprised?
No.
No.
Now the bombing is going to happen, and then there's going to be another ceasefire, and it's just But going back to this whole Mike Johnson thing, when he's saying the Dems like they weren't funding TSA and they weren't funding this and they weren't funding that and trying to say that they were doing it just out of spite, like no, their sticking point.
Wait a minute. No, they could have been doing it just out of spite. That doesn't make it the wrong thing. Still, it could be the right thing, even if it's for the wrong reasons.
Right. But they were doing it saying that they wanted Border Patrol and ICE to be held to the same standards as regular police officers. A federal agency, not a state municipality or a city municipality or a county or whatever. They wanted their federal agency to have their officers who are running around in fucking masks up to their eyes to have their badge, name, and number identifiable. To have
You can just shut up, baby, because you hate America and you love abortion.
To have to use, God forbid, judicial warrants versus administrative warrants to break into people's homes, and have to abide by laws like body cam footage and not choking people out and like just basically doing what the fucking police have to do.
We have actual audio. We actually have actual audio of ICE agents knocking on a front door. This came through about an hour ago. It's pretty interesting audio.
Hello. Yeah. I'm here for the gangbang.
Oh, that's funny you say that because we have some more audio of them after virtually every single goddamn interaction they've ever had in their existence, or under what the current existence is under the Trump administration.
Okay, we have all just participated in a hate crime.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, maybe you go down on her, dude. Don't be selfish. Don't be a sexist.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Do we want to get to the gratuitous Mark Levin, or do we have anything else? I can't remember if we have anything else. Let me check.
No, Mike Johnson is a bitch.
Oh, Barry Weiss, or Zionist Goebbels, as I like to call her, with the CNN takeover. What's funny about that is we already thought nobody was watching CNN. Now, really, nobody's going to be watching CNN. She fires Scott Pelley from 60 Minutes. And why? Because she asked Scott Pelley to make was it the George Floyd protesters? No, it wouldn't have been that long ago. I don't know, one of these race war protesters.
The ones protesting the genocide in Israel.
She wanted to make she wanted Scott Pelley to make the protesters seem more violent, and he didn't want to do that. I'll tell you what, I got a great hire for Barry Weiss to replace Scott Pelley on 60 Minutes because he's going to be looking. Nope. This guy's going to be looking for a job soon, and Barry Weiss will really like him. Ben Shapiro. Get that boy on 60 Minutes. He's going to need a job. He'll be Barry Weiss can throw him a little golden parachute. Get him on there and have him start just spreading that Israeli propaganda.
If that doesn't work, then Barry Weiss, I'll give it a crack. I'll give it a shot. Hit me up.
You better get paid for that contract up front, brother, because you're going to be kicked off after one episode.
You think so? I'd last at least two.
Corey just does a little expose on the inner workings of disc golf just to get through his first one and then on to the next one.
I just do a low ball. Just like, is the water turning the frogs gay?
Yeah. And dude,
we'll find out tonight on 60 Minutes.
Is it wrong for me to say that, like, you're kind of perpetuating the stereotype that the Jews own the media? Like, are you kind of perpetuating that stereotype when you keep buying up all the media corporations and have Barry Weiss run the newsroom? I'm not saying that's the case, but like, it doesn't exactly hurt your case against that stereotype, does it?
No, we were talking about stereotypes earlier.
I thought you were going to say no
the
comment.
rednecks and the hillbillies keep voting for fucking retards. And
I never had such a great assistant. I'm gonna call you the Goy Wonder.
that's what she was hoping to say to the guy before she fired him, and then she was
Go
like,
outside, nerd.
And
Get
to
out.
Scott Pelley.
Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on.
Anyway, I'll be interested to see how much further CNN's ratings tank, because it's only like liberal boomers watching CNN now.
Yeah. Don't forget there's like that's why all the boomers are terrible, because flip the script and watch. Alyssa Slotkins is going to win the Democratic fucking governorship here because of liberal boomers.
She's not running for governor.
Not Alyssa Slotkins. Jocelyn Benson.
Well, she is overseeing her own election, so that could help a little bit, as she is the current Secretary of State in the state of Michigan. So yeah, that goes. There aren't any good options. Like, there are genuinely no good options.
You taste like cigarettes.
Yeah. She's got Dana Nessel by her side. Everything will be good. That's Michigan only. That's Michigan. That's for the Michigan listeners. You want to get to the you want to get to this week's gratuitous Mark Levin rant?
Yes.
Throw that up there, Bell. I'm gonna take a leak while this is going on. This is just too good.
Look at that suit. Why does that suit look like it's too big on him?
He looks like Danny. He looks like Danny DeVito if Danny DeVito were gay.
It's because he's big, Corey.
Yeah, but that suit, like I've seen, like look at Trump's suits don't look like that. What just happened?
I switched it, but I tried to get his screen back up there. There it is. I knew it would be there. Go ahead, Bell. Go ahead and roll it.
Now we have a country that wants to build nuclear weapons and blow up the face of the earth. And I personally am getting sick and tired of people saying, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? What do you mean, why are we doing this? You think we just picked Iran out of a hat?
Yes.
They've told us what they want to do. They've killed Americans for half a century. They've tried to assassinate our president and other officials. They tried to assassinate Ivanka Trump. We're the United States of America. We're going to sit on our asses for this? What have we become?
What have we become?
What have we become?
Is there more?
Now, this war was begun. It's been a spectacular war. The casualties have been minuscule, but for every family and every casualty, it's everything. I understand that. But Hezbollah killed 241 Marines in their barracks. That's Iran. Hezbollah killed over 100 of our people in 2 embassies in Africa. I can go down the list. We lost more people by not taking on Iran than we are by taking on Iran.
We're gay.
What have we become here?
What have we become?
For me to take a position like this, I'm a warmonger. I'm Israel first. Don't put our kids on the line. Our kids are not on the line. We have no draft. We have no ground forces. I don't know how else. How much cleaner can you fight a war?
By not fighting it?
By not bombing. You can probably do it a little bit cleaner by not bombing kids' schools first.
Dude.
Here he is right here.
Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day.
Dude.
We get anybody yelling around here anymore today, and then the shit is going to hit the fan.
He actually called, I mean, this is how you know he is just a neocon caricature. He actually called a war spectacular. But it's not a war. I thought it wasn't a war, Mark. Like, the amount of bullshit in that rant is astonishing. And this is what boomers see. They really think.
What have we become?
It's just like
we're just gonna sit on our asses.
Yeah, because Iran tried to kill the president and other officials, which there's just no evidence of. There's just no evidence that Iran tried to kill Donald Trump. And it's interesting because, like, would Mark Levin have used that example if 4 years ago the Iranians had tried to assassinate Joe Biden? He wouldn't defend Joe Biden in that scenario, but he wouldn't have mentioned it in his little examples in that stupid rant.
Right.
I think we might not be able to make that a weekly segment, but I think gratuitous Mark Levin rant is just entertainment for the masses, because I think people that listen to our show and shows like ours need to hear more of what your retarded MAGA uncle is hearing,
or your
on a daily basis.
MAGA aunt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Mark Levin, I will say, entertains the hell out of me because of the caricature that he is. Like, he's not even a person. Like, that's not a human being.
Nope.
That is a cartoon character. And I can't wait for somebody to make the movie. Like, you know how when Anchorman was made, Ron Burgundy allegedly is based off of Mort Krim.
Let's say that again.
So Ron Burgundy, the Anchorman character, the Will Ferrell character from Anchorman.
Yeah.
He's supposedly based off of Mort Krim. Anybody who doesn't know who Mort Krim is, he was a longtime anchor in our hometown of Detroit. And that is allegedly who Ron Burgundy was written about. An exaggerated version. I'm waiting for somebody to make the movie about Mark Levin. A similar film, because it will be the funniest film ever made.
It will be. Yeah, that fucking, my God. He's like the last dying gasp of, like, just corporate media. You know who he looks like to me? You ever watch the movie Brave Little Toaster?
Oh, yeah.
The fucking TV guy. Look at him in his oversized suit.
Like how much does Mark Levin get paid from Fox? He can't find a tailor. He can't find a decent tailor. Come on.
You've done a hell of a lousy job. You're fired. Get out of here.
All right. You got anything else, Corey? If not, tell the people where they can find us.
I really don't have anything else other than the insolvency for Social Security, but I feel like we could talk about that next week, bar of a bunch of shit happening.
Yeah, we're all going to run on. Social Security is going to start running out of money by 2032, as if that wasn't predictable.
Tune in next week when we talk about why Social Security, I wish you could opt in or out of it, because we don't have a choice.
All senior citizens should have Life Alert.
Libservative Podcast is found on all social media and podcast platforms. Our website is libservativeshow.com. We can be found at Libservative on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Instagram and Twitter at LibservativePod. Our TikTok videos can be found at Libservative Podcast, and you can reach out directly at libservativepod@gmail.com. Subscribe today.
You sure about that?
Calm down!
Anyway, for Bell the Body Snatcher on the ones and twos, he as always has been Corey Walsh.
He's Dan Griffin.
It's been Libservative Intellectual Idiots, fostering political and cultural literacy, and the world's smartest internet show. And until next time.
Time for a little drinking poo. Time for a little drinking poo. Cheers, genitals.
Oh, fuck. I blew that one.
That up. We are out of here.
Peace.
The great fundamental issue now before our people. We, the people, cannot turn back. Somebody must lead, or else the fight would not be made at all.